and it is absolutely gorgeous. The drive in was so picturesque. Just finished having lunch at Wollombi Tavern. Wollombi.
Beautiful spot you see on the weekends.
Oh.
It would be packed.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, so we've got 2 hours left of our day. So I think it's a nice way to finish.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Moaning.
We got up this morning, bit overcast, beautiful morning on the lake, which was really good. And then we hit the road to the Hunter Valley, and our first stop is in a little town called Wollombi. We're thinking Wollombi, and it is absolutely gorgeous. The drive in was so picturesque, and it was like little houses and farming areas all, you know, buried in bushland and shrubbery. It was absolutely delightful driving in, wasn't it? Yeah, it was only 50 k's, or about an hour from Fishing Point to this location. So we are going through Cessnock, yeah, which is the major town in the Hunter Valley region. That was huge for the area, we thought. So now we're going to suss out this adorable town, Wollombi. St Michael the Archangel's Catholic Church, built in 1893 of dressed sandstone, which was recycled from an earlier church that was destroyed by floods. The Forge Gallery. Historically, this was the site of the village blacksmith and wheelwright, named after Townsend. Now it is an antique bric-a-brac store. The general store dates back to the late 19th century. It still operates as a general store today. Historic Gray's Inn. The sandstone structure was built in 1860. It now operates as accommodation, restaurant and Royce Brothers wine cellar door. The old Wollombi Dance Hall was built in 1850 and is a timber building which was used as a dance hall until the 1920s. Twine Home Store. Built in 1842, the home of this store began its life as the Court of Petty Sessions and is the oldest surviving building in Wollombi. It now has some lovely gifts and homewares. Wollombi was such a delightful stop. Its historic charm with its well-preserved streets and buildings, It really felt like we stepped back in time to the 19th century. The Wollombi Tavern is famous for its Dr. Jurd's jungle juice. The drink is a mixture of fortified wine and brandy, bottled by Drayton's Wines and sold exclusively by Wollombi Tavern. The recommendation is to have this mixture with a cider or beer, as on its own it can be quite sweet. We had some mixed with cider and it was actually quite nice. Just finished having lunch at Wollombi Tavern. Wollombi. What'd I say? Wollombi Tavern. And they sell, there's a famous story, the owner of the pub made up jungle juice, which is a mixture back in the day, a mixture of ports and sherries and all the leftover dregs. And he'd mix it together and that was his jungle juice. So you can actually buy it.
Yeah.
And there's big jars there that you can buy as a tourist and drink it, obviously. Yeah. So when you go there, you can mix it, have it on its own, or mix it with beer, cider, lemonade, anything basically that you want. I had a little shot on its own. I said to John, it kind of reminded me of drinking cough medicine. It was that sweet.
But it's port.
Yeah.
It's like tawny port type thing.
Yeah. Not terrible, but just
that's nice.
That's what it tasted like. So mixed it with some cider and that was actually very nice. Yeah. Really lovely, picturesque, rustic.
Beautiful spot. You see on the weekends, it would be packed.
Yeah.
Because it's on the direct road from Sydney to the Hunter Valley.
Yeah.
So it would be, and it's a beautiful area at the back. It's the
stunning.
Photo showed.
Yeah.
But you can imagine it. Lucky we were here on Friday.
Yeah.
But tomorrow and Sunday, it'll be packed.
Oh, it would be packed. Beautiful. Stunning. And a great little township.
Absolutely.
Definite stopover. Where are we going now?
Broke.
Not
monetary-wise, the town.
No, the town broke.
Well, we are going broke because it is on the valley, but...
Yeah. And we haven't even bought any wine yet. Yum.
Lovely.
Hunter Valley cheese. We just learnt a bit about cheese.
Yeah.
Wait until it's just about at that
Mouldy
expiration date. That's the best time to eat the cheese, especially camembert and that where it's oozy. So that's a hot tip. And yeah, tasting's $10 a premium, $10 per person, but we shared. So
$5 for the normal one.
Yep. But we had a $10 tasting for the two of us, which was fine, and really yummy cheeses. And they have salami there. They've got different slices. So we are going to have a little bit of a cheese board this afternoon and get some wine and chillax. Really, really yummy.
Fine.
Edward Tyrrell's little hut in 1858. Oh, simple living.
1909.
Edward Tyrrell was the founder of Tyrrell Wines.
Wow.
How cool. We finished our day by checking into our accommodation at Adina Vineyard and enjoyed the view from our back door. Morning everyone from the Hunter Valley, and the sun is out today. It is Saturday morning and we had a really low-key night last night. It rained all night, and you could see on Bomb this huge front just came in, but it kept saying on Bomb that today was going to be 26 degrees and we were a bit skeptical of that, but
Beautiful.
It is stunning. We're standing outside our balcony here that we're staying at Adina Vineyards, which obviously do wines but also specialise in olives. So over in the background there you can see olive trees and then the vineyards in the foreground. And we were so lucky to see kangaroos last night. It was really lovely out here. We've got 3 villas, so a lot of privacy further up, like, you know, there's gaps between us, so it's just a really delightful place. And when we booked at the Hunter Valley for 3 nights, we wanted somewhere with a view, so we think we've achieved that. Pretty stunning. So we have booked an IHOP Hunter Valley tour today, which is a bus is going to pick us up from our accommodation, and it starts at 10 o'clock and it's basically like a hop on hop off type thing. We have never done this before. We've been to wineries over the years, but we've always had a designated driver. So this is going to be interesting. But yeah, we get picked up here at 9:30. So no driving today. So we'll see how this IHOP Hunter Valley tour. It costs $75 per person if you can get to the first stop. So you might be staying nearby and you can just walk there, or we're a little bit away from that, so we paid $85 per person, so an extra $10, where they can pick you up and drop you off from your accommodation, which we think is pretty reasonable. And it starts at 10 o'clock. I think the last one is about 5. Last stop finishes at 5. Yep. So we'll see what this day is all about. we've jumped off of Hop 2, but it's our stop 1, and we're at Broken Wood.
We go that way or that way?
Cellar door. Saying this cellar door.
Oh no, that cellar door that way, deliveries that way. So.
Okay, we'll walk this way. Stunning. So a lot of these stops have multiple wineries or a cheese place or a chocolate place. So if you finish, you know, within the hour or before the hour, you can go and have a look at another one.
Well, this is another winery down there.
Yeah.
There's one just over there.
And then they pick you up every hour, so you can stay longer if you want.
Oh,
But,
horse and cart.
horse and cart. Someone's got a horse and cart. There you go. Jolly's not a fan of the shardy.
Cardi.
The shardy cardy.
Oh,
I don't know. Just finished Broken Wood. I reckon we're there for 50 minutes, set the timer, and now we're at the bus stop ready to jump back on.
yeah.
They were lovely wines. The biggest thing I'm learning in the Hunter Valley, they love their we want to say Semillon.
Hey, there's kangaroo.
Oh, there is too. Yeah, we'll have a look there. Okay. And I'm always a Sav Blog drinker because you just go to what you know. But the Semillons,
Really nice.
I really like
I don't
them.
drink white, and it's actually not bad.
Yeah. So, and they have lighter reds here. So I bought a rosé that was really yummy. But that, yeah, really lovely service.
Baden, the guy we had service,
Yep.
lovely bloke.
It is $25 per person for a tasting, which is a bit of a, but it was lovely service and the wines were lovely. So for a bit
the
of
dearest one, aren't they?
they're the dearest. There's another one that's $25 per person, and this is something that's a bit new to us, is paying for tastings, because back in the day when we went to do tastings, you never paid.
Well,
You just turned up and
you're tasting their stuff. They're providing a service. You like it, you buy it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Lovely, lovely, lovely place, and a lovely scenery as well. They've just renovated their cellar door, so that's why it looked all spanking new. All right, we're going to wait for the next stop. We're waiting for the hop on, hop off bus. They shouldn't be too far away. What'd you think of it? That was good.
Nice. Got some terrine.
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 Second best rosé in Australia.
Yeah.
Bought one of them.
You like that, didn't you?
Yeah. And you're sitting with your mate. Just finished Gundog.
Yep.
Gundog. Oh, we did a review, didn't we? Because we were waiting. I can't remember if we did a review on Gundog.
We can't. We just left.
Oh, well, it's a very boutique-y, smaller ones, so more intimate. And they have the second best rosé in Australia. So we bought one of them, and we got a Shiraz, which was really quite nice. But they have a tawny and a muscat, so if you're interested in a tawny and a muscat, that's the place to go and check out.
But it's not their musket, it's brought in.
Yes, but no, really, really nice. So now we're on to our third stop.
Last stop before lunch.
Last stop before lunch. Ready for tasting number 3, Glandor
3.
Estate. We are outdoors. And
Just
this is
across the road from the cheese place.
yes, cheese place we were at yesterday. So lovely. Lovely little spot. So we'll see what their wines are like. Hopefully they're as good.
Food next stop.
Yeah, hopefully they're as good as the scenery.
Yeah.
Very cool. We've jumped ship, didn't we? We were meant to stay at the Four Pines Brewery. We had lunch there, which was, I liked my barramundi. John's pork belly was a bit soggy, not crispy.
You know when they advertise it as crispy pork belly, but it's just that cold layered fat that's just gone yellowed.
Yeah, and I don't know, it felt...
It was very much the party place.
Yeah, like 20-year-olds.
All party tour buses.
Big groups.
Bloody melt light.
Like you felt like you were in Sydney or something at a, yeah.
The winery is very nice, comes out the food, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, the food,
But
I like.
it's clearly the lunch destination.
Yeah. So now we thought instead of 2 hours there, we'd jump ship after an hour and we came over to this place, which is Ironbank Brewery, and there's a winery as well attached to this, so we'll go and have a look at that. And this is more our scene, completely different vibe, more relaxed. We're sitting under some grapevines there, still a lovely outlook you can see there, so completely different feel in our preference. Yeah. I don't know, you're not sure about the beer yet, but
Yeah, summer ale.
yeah. Try another beer.
Very hoppy.
Yeah, we've got about 2 hours left of the hop on, hop off until they drop us home. So we'll see if we stay here for an hour and go to one more, or we just stay here for 2 hours and get picked up. So.
There's another winery. This is just the beer section. There's a wine tasting next door, and then there's another winery just across the road.
Yeah. So we might have a look.
Plenty here.
Yeah, so we've got 2 hours left of our day. So I think it's a nice way to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very chilled.
Very chilled.
Rain.
Rains be rainy.
Blame it on the rain.
Blame.
Milli Vanilli.
So that concludes the IHOP wine tour for the day. We thought we would share some useful information about the tour experience. So when you book, you are given a map and information about each stop and what wineries and services are located at each. Each stop is different, with either a winery, cheese factories, breweries, the Hunter Valley Gardens and a distillery. A few stops have multiple wineries at the one location. There are 14 stops to choose from, beginning at 10 a.m. and finishing at 5 p.m. Each stop has a minimum of 1 hour stopover. We did 6 in one day, but to be honest, we thought 5 was plenty. By the 5th stop, the wines all tasted the same and we were ready to go home and relax. Each cellar door takes 45 minutes to 1 hour to get through the tasting. If you want to visit 2 wineries at the same stop, you need to stay there for 2 hours before pickup. Each winery has its own tasting cost, which ranges between $10 and $15 per adult. We highly recommend you planning your stops prior to the day and book your lunch destination, as you could find yourself missing out. We highly recommend the IHOP Hunter Valley tour. They did an awesome job. Our driver, Christy, was lovely and very helpful. She knew the area very well and gave us tips along the way. They even hold on to your wines if you purchase any bottles, so you don't need to carry them to each destination. So we thought we'd do a bit of a sum up of what our thoughts were of the Hunter Valley. So first time to the Hunter Valley. We've been to many other wine regions like Coonawarra, Barossa, Clear Valley, Adelaide Hills. I mean, from South Australia, we're very blessed. Margaret River, yep, Kangaroo Island. So we have been to a few. Hunter Valley, obviously, it's one of the most well-known ones. So we're like, oh, we've got to see what it's about. The area itself is huge. I think we were very happy with where we stayed in Lovedale. It felt very central to everything that we needed to access, including the wineries. So I'd recommend Lovedale area. It was really good to stay in. Look, the wines were really good. If you like a Semillon, which we learned is not Semillon, Semillon. We thought it was Semillon. Semillon.
I don't drink wine, so I have no idea.
So we sounded like idiots in the first couple of wine places because we couldn't even pronounce it. Or a lighter Shiraz. They don't do the heavy Shirazes that we know back in South Australia. But if you're not a white wine drinker, then maybe the Hunter Valley might not be your first preference because that's what they're known for. I personally really loved the Semillon. I'm always a Sauv Blanc drinker and actually prefer that. So that's what I've learned. Pros for Hunter Valley, what did you like?
Nice place.
Nice place.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. You had a mixture of farmland, you had a mixture of wineries, open spaces, mountain ranges, which you don't get in some of the others. Very easy to access. Everything felt close by, which was good. And obviously a huge variety of wineries, over 150 to choose from. And plus 180. Oh, I stand corrected. Okay.
Our bus driver told us.
180. And then you've got some distilleries, some breweries, cheese factories, chocolate factories. So even if you're not a wine drinker, there's some other places you can visit and enjoy as well. For us personally, coming from obviously your Barossas and Coonawarras, we would have expected more vineyards. Like it was like, where are the vineyards? They're kind of like buried amongst farmland.
And national parks.
And national parks.
Reserves, bushland stuff.
Yeah.
A bit weird, but...
And then that got us to do a bit of research and we thought, right, we'll find out. And I found out Hunter Valley is 19,500 square kilometres in area. And only 2,600 of it is vineyards. That probably gives us the reason why we didn't see a huge amount of vineyards, like clusters of them together, because it's just such a huge area and so spread out, the vineyards. Barossa Valley is a lot smaller, it's only 578 square kilometres. So Hunter Valley 19,500, Barossa only 578 square kilometres, so a lot smaller. But they've got a lot more hectares of vineyards, 11,600. So smaller area Barossa, more vineyards, makes more for us, seeing more vineyards. So that was the biggest takeaway point for us, was like, where are all the vineyards?
Yeah.
What else? Oh, you want to talk about this? Locals versus visitors. Now, we wanted to obviously have some dinners there, and we went to a couple of pubs, and on their menus they've actually got prices for locals and then for non-locals.
We saw it advertised on one of the menus, and it had an L, an N, an L and an
Yeah, NL.
NL. I went, oh, what's that? Is that some sort of discount voucher, you know, like
Yeah.
maybe you join a club or something?
Yeah,
No, it's local and non-local.
yeah.
So they discriminate against people that aren't locals, and it was about $5 a chicken schnitzel era
Yeah. For
for
non-locals.
non-local at a pub. Now, I understand what people are going to say about cost of living and yah, but let's be honest, it's a tourist destination where you want people there. The cost of things is the cost of things.
Yeah.
To actually actively discriminate against someone that's local or non-local, and how do you prove what, your driver's license? I don't have to show anyone my driver's license unless it's an authorised official of the law, and I find that really, really shocking.
Yeah.
Personal gripe and hate of mine, but to actively discriminate against someone that lives
Non-local or
and
a
non-local, actively on their menus.
Yeah. And we did mention, because we did the hop on, hop off wine tour bus, and we mentioned it to the bus driver, just we were having a conversation into a couple of people on the bus at the time with us, and they were very shocked and hadn't seen it before. So I don't think it's not the restaurants and all that in the Hunter Valley. They didn't seem to do it. This is like more the commercial pubs type
Huntley
thing.
Tavern.
Huntley Tavern.
I'll name them, and there was two others that we
Yeah.
looked up online because we were just sort of seeing whose
Yeah.
menus were doing what. That's horrendous.
That was a bit of a shock to us. And at the end of the day, as tourists, we're bringing money to you,
Correct.
to your region. So we're already paying for accommodation, we're already paying for the petrol, we're paying for lunches and whatever.
We're giving
around
you jobs,
wines.
and then you're charging us more.
Yeah, and then you're charging $4 more for a meal that you would give a local for $4 cheaper. So
Yeah.
that was something that was a bit of a... but overall, Hunter Valley was a lovely region, lovely part of New South Wales. Very happy to have gone to see it because we are wine lovers. So anyway, that's our wrap up of the Hunter Valley. Thumbs up to it, but it may not be a region for us that we would return in a hurry. But that's because we're lucky we're in South Australia. We have so many wonderful ones on our doorstep, so we're a little bit biased. But